Hi everyone, I'm Mumu from Susan's family. Today I'll teach you the Imperial Peony pillow cover from Chinese Aesthetics series. This pillow cover is made up of several parts: the motifs, decorations, edging, zipper and tassels. First, crochet the motifs, then crochet the decorations and sew them on securely. After completing, join the motifs together with the edging. Finally, sew on the zipper and secure the tassels. First, learn the motifs. There are two with different color schemes. The crochet techniques are similar. Both start with a magic ring. Crochet in rounds counterclockwise first. During the process, crochet the pistils, petals and large leaves. The large leaves will be worked and joined along the side later. Some sections require working back and forth to crochet corner triangles. Finally, crochet in rounds. Several crochet stitches will be applicated. All are marked on the chart. I won't list them all here. Please watch my demonstration of the specific crochet method. First, crochet the motif in color 1. Take the corresponding yarn. The sample swatch is made clearer for your convenience. Using cotton yarn for demonstration. Use random colors for specific yarn, color schemes and hook sizes. Please refer to the detail page of our product and paper instructions. Start with an adjustable magic ring. After that, crochet the first round. Make one chain stitch as the turning chain for single crochet, which doesn't count as one stitch. Then work 6 single crochets into the magic ring loop. After that, close the magic ring. Finally, work a slip stitch into the first single crochet stitch. Make a slip stitch. If you can't find the position, count the stitches from back to front. It's this big braid. The joining slip stitch at the end of the round doesn't count as one stitch. Tighten it to avoid extra stitches later. The first round is done. We'll use the side with clearer texture for this round as the right side of the whole fabric piece. Change colors for the next round. Break the yarn here. Chain 1 to secure. Pull a large loop. Leave a 5 cm yarn tail and cut off. Pull tight. Move on to crochet round 2. Take the corresponding yarn. Swatch colors are random. You can make a knot. Find the stitch where the yarn tail from the previous round is located. That is the slip stitch position, this braid. Check it out. The stitch looks like this with 2 strands. The strand closer to you is called the front loop. The other one is the back loop. We pick the stitch at the slip stitch position. Join yarn at the back loop. Pull through the loop. Adjust it. Joining yarn is complete. All subsequent yarn joins can follow this method. At the corresponding position, make one beginning chain to start. Work 2 single crochets into the same stitch. That is, make 2 single crochets in the same stitch. Here you can also weave in the yarn tail together. Pay attention not to block the remaining front loop. Single crochet increase completed. Continue to pick the back loop like this after completing. Correspondingly make a single crochet increase. Complete this round. Finally, work 1 slip stitch in the starting stitch. Pull tight. Cut the yarn. Trim off any remaining yarn tails. Round 2 is completed. Continue to crochet round 3. At the slip stitch join spot from the previous round, pick the corresponding back loop to join the yarn. The stitch at the slip stitch join spot is smaller here. Pay attention not to pick the wrong position. Make 1 beginning chain to start. Work 1 single crochet in the same stitch. Convenient for weaving in the yarn tail, weave the tail in together. Alternate crocheting a single crochet increase in the adjacent back loop. Continue picking the back loop downward. Alternate crocheting single crochets and single crochet increases. Complete this round. Slip stitch into the starting stitch and cut the yarn. The third round is complete. Next is the fourth round. The crochet method is similar to round 2. Pick the corresponding back loop and crochet in rounds. Skip 2 single crochets here. Work 1 single crochet increase. Finish by cutting the yarn at the end. Refer to the chart and complete it. You can see small horizontal lines forming on the right side of the fabric. These are the remaining front loops. Now I'll demonstrate round 5. Join the yarn in the back loop of the slip stitch position from the previous round. Chain 2 as beginning chain. Counts as 1/2 double crochet. Corresponds to this half stitch below. Work 1/2 double crochet increase on the left side back loop, which means work 2 half double crochets into the same stitch. Half double crochet 2 in 1 is completed. Work 1/2 double crochet on the adjacent back loop. Continue to pick up the back loops. Alternate crocheting half double crochet increases and half double crochets. Complete this round. After completing the last half double crochet increase, join with a slip stitch to the beginning chain. Note, find the second chain stitch from bottom to top. Insert hook into these 2 strands to crochet. There's still a half stitch remaining in front of the chain stitch. Cut the yarn. Round 5 is complete. Continue to crochet round 6. Join the yarn at the slip stitch position from the previous round. Pick up these 2 strands only. Chain 3 as the beginning chain for double crochet. Counts as 1 double crochet. Work another double crochet in the same stitch. Forms a special double crochet 2 in 1. On the left side, continue to pick the back loop and correspondingly make 2 double crochets. Note, this stitch on the left side is slightly puckered. Do not miss it. Continue to crochet 1 double crochet 2 in 1. That is, work 2 double crochets in the same stitch. Similarly, pick the back loop to crochet. Completed a DC 2 in 1. Continue to correspondingly make 2 double crochets. One double crochet increase. You can see here 2 double crochets worked evenly. Work 1 double crochet 2 in 1. We call this increase 1 stitch every 2. Follow this pattern to complete this round. Finally, join with a slip stitch in the beginning chain. Here, pick the top chain stitch. Crochet with both strands of yarn. Pull tight. Cut the yarn. Round 6 completed. Move on to round 7. Join the yarn at the slip stitch position from the previous round. Chain 3 as beginning chains. Continue to pick the back loop, and correspondingly make 1 double crochet. One DC2 in 1. Follow the increase 1 stitch every 2 pattern to complete this round. Finally, join with a slip stitch in the beginning chain. Don't cut the yarn. Round 7 completed. Continue to crochet round 8. First, chain 3 as beginning chains. Correspond to the beginning chain below. Start from the back loop on the left side. Correspondingly make 6 double crochets. After completing, make 1 DC2 in 1. Follow the increase 1 stitch every 7 pattern to complete this round. Finally, join with a slip stitch, and cut the yarn. Round 8 completed. For rounds 9-10 afterward. The crochet method is similar to these rounds. Pick the back loop of the previous round, and correspondingly make double crochets, and increase stitches according to the pattern. Note, do not cut the yarn at the end of the 9th round. Cut the yarn at the end of the 10th round for color 1. For color 2, do not cut the yarn here. Please refer to the form to complete it. After completing the 10th round, you can measure the dimensions, put together with the size provided in the chart. If there's a significant difference, adjust your tension and recrochet. To avoid affecting the finished product size, continue to compare the size while crocheting the edges. Move on to round 11. For color 1, attach the yarn at the slip stitch join spot from the previous round. For color 2, continue crocheting with the existing yarn. Make 3 beginning chains. Then pick the back loop and correspondingly make 12 double crochets. After completing, consider the crocheted stitches as one side of this round. Continue with 2 chain stitches as the corner. Next, crochet the next side. Pay attention that the first and last stitches of adjacent sides are worked into the same back loop. Make 13 double crochets. The second side is completed. Follow this technique for corners and sides afterward. Refer to the chart to finish this round. For the last side, make the ending double crochet at the slip stitch join spot from the previous round. Then make 1 chain stitch. Connect with 1 single crochet in the starting chain stitch. Round 11 is done. Stretch the loop and pause crocheting. Now work on round 12, which is the first layer of petals. Locate the remaining front loops from round 1. There are 6 remaining front loops here. You can join the yarn in any front loop. In the swatch, join the yarn in the front loop at the slip stitch position. Pay attention to pick up the half loop from inside out. Then make 4 chain stitches. Return and start from the second to last chain stitch. Pick up the top loop of the chain. Correspondingly make 3 slip stitches. Oval-shaped slip stitches don't need to be pulled tight. After completing, work 1 slip stitch on the next front loop. Make 1 slip stitch. The yarn tails can be fastened off together. Gently tighten. We'll consider the crocheted stitches as 1 pistil for this round. Continue with the second pistil. First make 4 chain stitches. From the second stitch from your hook, pick up the half loop and correspondingly make 3 slip stitches. Slip stitch on the next front loop. The second pistil is completed. Continue crocheting the remaining pistils. The last slip stitch of the final pistil. Work it at the joining position. Cut the yarn. The yarn tail can be tucked to the wrong side. Weave in ends following the texture. You can weave in a few more stitches. Trim excess tail. Round 12 is done. Continue to crochet round 13. Join yarn on the remaining front loop of round 2. Then chain 5. Return and start from the second stitch from your hook. Pick up the half loop above and correspondingly make 4 slip stitches. Then slip stitch on the next front loop. The first pistil is completed. Follow the same method to complete the remaining pistils. Finish the last pistil with a slip stitch. Slip stitch at the joining position. Cut the yarn after completion. Weave in the yarn tails. Round 13 is completed. For round 14, pick up the remaining half loop from round 3. Continue crocheting pistils. Only the stitch count and number differ from before. Refer to the previous demonstration for guidance. Refer to the chart to complete it. That concludes the pistil section. Now crochet round 15, which is the first layer of petals. Use the Afghan stitch to crochet the petals here. Locate the remaining front loop from round 4. Join the yarn at the front loop of the slip stitch position. Color 1 uses the same yarn as the following colors here. You can take a new skein, or take yarn from the other end of the skein. Chain 5. Make these chains slightly loose. Now start the first row of the first petal. Note that each back and forth in Afghan stitch counts as one row. Each row consists of knit stitches, or picking up stitches going forward, and returning with slip stitches. The loop on your hook counts as one stitch here, corresponding to this last chain. Find the second to last chain. Pick up the back loop of the wrong side. This is one strand of carried yarn. Work one knit stitch. Insert. Draw the yarn through. There's an extra loop on your hook. This is the picked up knit stitch. Continue picking up the back loop of the adjacent chain on the left side. Draw the yarn through. This is the second stitch. Repeat this process. Continue crocheting. Don't twist the chain stitches here. 3 stitches. Now you've reached the first chain space. Pick up the back loop and work as before. 4 stitches. Next at the joining position. Work 1 knit stitch. Five stitches. Plus the starting stitch. There are 6 loops on the hook. Corresponding to the number of knit and purl stitches in the chart, the knit stitches for the first forward row are completed. Start working back and forth. The first stitch requires a decrease of 2 stitches into 1. Yarn over. Draw the yarn through the first 2 loops. This decrease of 2 stitches into 1 is done. Continue working back. Yarn over. Draw the yarn through the first 2 loops. Repeat this process. Yarn over on after another. Draw through the first 2 loops on the hook. Until there's only 1 loop left on the hook. Plus the initial decrease of 2 stitches into 1. Total of 5 decreases. The back and forth decrease row is completed. This is what it looks like after completing the first row. 5 vertical lines formed on the right side. The slanting line on the left side is formed by the decrease. The loops on the hook correspond to the rightmost vertical line. Continue crocheting the second row of petals. Take a look. Above the vertical lines of the first row, there is 1 strand of carrying yarn. This is the inner hill formed by the decrease chain. Pick up 4 stitches on these 4 inner hills. Pick up 4 stitches here. It's hard to find the beginning position here. You can loosen it a bit with the hook first. This is picking up stitches from the inner hill of the decrease chain. After completing, pick up 1 stitch from the front loop of the adjacent stitch on the left side. Pick up 1 stitch. Then work the decrease back. The first stitch is a decrease of 2 stitches into 1. Yarn over. Draw the yarn through the first 2 loops. You can tighten it slightly. Continue crocheting the decrease, yarn over one after another, draw through the first 2 loops on the hook. Continue all the way down until this row is completed. Leaving 1 loop remaining. Look everyone. The second row of the petal is done. Continue crocheting the third row of the petal. Chain 1 first. The loop on the hook corresponds to this chain stitch. Then pick up the inner hill of the decrease chain corresponding to the vertical line from the previous row. Pick up 5 stitches. Once completed, pick up 1 stitch on the front loop of the second stitch in the 4th round. Begin working 2 stitches together for the decrease. Then continue decreasing one after another. The 3rd row is done. Move on to the 4th row. Pick up stitches on the inner hill of the decrease chain stitch. Pay attention here, the first stitch starts from the second vertical line, from the right on the previous row. Corresponding to this inner hill to pick up. Don't miss any. Once completed, pick up stitches on the front loop of the 3rd stitch in the 4th round. Refer to the chart to check the stitch count. Continue crocheting 2 stitches together for the decrease. Then work the decreases to finish this row. The 4th row is done. When counting rows, you can count these textures. Now work the 5th row. Begin by picking up the inner hill, and working 1 slip stitch. Continue picking up stitches on the inner hill. Then pick up stitches on the front loop of the 3rd stitch in the 4th round. Check the number of loops. Work back and forth for 1 row. The crochet method for the return row of petals is identical. Details won't be explained further afterward. The 5th row is done. Now work the 6th row. Begin by picking up stitches on the inner hill. Once completed, pick up stitches on the front loop of the 4th stitch in the 4th round. Then work back and forth. The 6th row is done. Finally work the 7th row. Pick up the inner hill and crochet slip stitches. After completing 4 slip stitches, 1 loop remains. Slip stitch once more on the front loop of the 4th stitch in the 4th round underneath. The 7th row is done. Finally, on the adjacent front loop on the left side, work 1 slip stitch as a transition. Gently tighten. The first petal is completed. As you can see, excluding the last slip stitch, 1 petal covers 4 front loops. Let me demonstrate another petal. First chain 5. Starting from the second to last chain, pick up the inner hill and correspondingly make 4 knit stitches forward. Then from the same front loop underneath, pick up a stitch. Then work back and forth. Yarn over one after another, pull through the 2 loops on the hook. Continue until only 1 loop remains on the hook. First row completed. Move on to the second row. Pick up stitches from the inner hill of the previous row. Finally pick up 1 stitch from the adjacent front loop on the left side. Then work back and forth. Second row completed. Start the 3rd row with a chain stitch. Pick up stitches from the inner hill. Pick up 1 stitch on the same front loop of the 4th round. Then work back and forth. Third row completed. The 4th row is similar to the 2nd row. Proceed to the ending by picking up stitches from the next front loop of the fourth round. Then work back and forth. Fourth row completed. Start the fifth row by picking up the inner hill and working one slip stitch. Then pick up stitches. After completing, pick up a stitch on the same front loop of the fourth round. Then work back and forth. Fifth row completed. Sixth row normally pick up stitches and pull through. Sixth row completed. Last row pick up the inner hill corresponding to slip stitch. After inner hill slip stitch completed, slip stitch on the same front loop of the fourth round. Finally slip stitch on the adjacent front loop for transition. The second petal is completed. Excluding the ending slip stitch. It also occupies 4 stitches. Continue downward using this method. Complete the remaining 4 petals. Last petal ending with a slip stitch. Slip stitch at the joining position where the first petal began. Cut the yarn. Weave in the yarn tails. The first layer of petals is done. Round 15 is also completed. Move on to round 16. Find the remaining front loops from round 5. Pay attention, the positions of the 2 layers of petals should be staggered. Refer to the pattern. The second layer occupies 6 front loops per petal. Starting from the seam of the previous layer petals. Move to the right and attach yarn at the third front loop. Specific joining position. You can also adjust according to your preference, as long as the petals are staggered for overall neatness. On the swatch, the joining is on the right side of the beginning chain. Attach yarn at the third front loop. First work 5 chains. Then work row 1. Starting from the second to last stitch, pick up the front loop and knit stitch. Also pick up 1 stitch at the joining position. After completing, slip stitch to finish crocheting. Note that the beginning is a decrease stitch, 2 stitches together. The method is the same as the decrease row for the first layer of petals. Yarn over one after another, pull through the first 2 loops, leaving only 1 loop remaining. Row 1 is completed. Continue to crochet row 2. Pick up stitches normally. At the end, pick up the adjacent front loop. Then slip stitch. Row 2 is completed. Start row 3 with a chain stitch. Then pick up stitches on the inner ridge. On the 5th round, pick up stitches on the front loop. Then slip stitch. Row 3 is completed. For row 4, simply pick up and decrease stitches normally. Start row 5 by picking up the inner ridge with a slip stitch. Then pick up stitches. Finally slip stitch. Row 5 is completed. Start row 6 with a chain stitch. Then pick up stitches. When reaching the 5th round position, the stitch placement is the beginning chain. Here you can pick the slip stitch spot at the beginning chain. Pick up the remaining front half stitch. Or at this beginning chain position. Pick up the convenient strand for insertion. To pick up stitches, choose a suitable strand based on your situation. Just pick up one stitch. When encountering beginning chain positions for picking up stitches or joining yarn later, you can follow this method. Then pull out the hook. Row 6 is completed. For rows 7 to 10 later, the crochet technique has been demonstrated earlier. Pay attention at the end of row 8. Work on the front loop on the left side of the beginning chain. The stitches are a bit puckered here. Don't miss this strand. Refer to the chart to complete it. The last slip stitch at the end of row 10. Work on the front loop of round 5. Finally, slip stitch into the adjacent half loop as a transition. Refer to the chart to complete it. The first petal is done. You can see it creates a staggered effect with the first layer of petals. Crochet the remaining petals of this layer using the same method. Pay attention to the last slip stitch at the end of the petal. Work it into the joining position where you started. Then cut the yarn and weave in the ends. Complete it as shown. That's how round 16 is completed. Rounds 17 to 21. Continue crocheting petals in rounds. The method is similar to the previous 2 rounds of petals. Note that the third layer has 8 petals. You can join the yarn at any position to stagger it from the second layer. To ensure the last round of petals aligns with the back side, this layer should start joining the yarn at the third stitch on either side of the beginning chain. Work from there to stagger the following petals. The middle stitch of one petal in the final round should correspond to the slip stitch position of round 10. That is, at this corner position. After completing the petals, weave the yarn tail into the texture on the wrong side. Refer to the chart. Review the previous demonstration, and complete these rounds. Now crochet round 22. I'll demonstrate using a swatch, skipping some petals. Starting from where round 11 ended. Make 3 beginning chains. Work 1 double crochet in the turning chain on the left side. Continue by picking up stitches to correspondingly make 3 double crochets. The stitches on the left side are a bit pucker. Don't skip any. Five chains. Skip 5 stitches underneath. Continue with 4 double crochets. Work 1 double crochet in the left chain space. We'll consider the crocheted stitches as one side of this round. Continue with 1 chain. Now tidy up the final round of petals. Find the position on the wrong side of the corresponding petal, slightly above the middle. Which is roughly where the working yarn loop corresponds. Pick up 1-2 strands and slip stitch. Be mindful not to show stitches on the right side. Chain 1. We'll consider these 3 stitches as the corner of this round. Continue with one side. Remember to start the double crochet in the same corner space. When you reach the next corner position, work 1 chain. On the last round, find the appropriate position on the wrong side of the corresponding petal, slightly above the middle. Pick up strands, and slip stitch. Chain 1. Work alternating sides and corners downward. Complete this round. Pay attention to connect the corner position with the corresponding petal of the last round. After completing the slip stitch in the middle of the last corner, work a single crochet to join on the beginning chain. Round 22 is done. Check if all petals are connected. Pause crocheting once confirmed correct. Now learn to make large leaves. Join yarn at corner position of round 22. Work from right to left. Pay attention to alternating color schemes. Refer to the chart for specific color scheme positions. Or determine according to preference. Watch my demonstration of the crochet method. First work row 1. Take corresponding yarn at corner position of round 22. Join yarn in the right side chain space with slip stitch. Chain 11. Return and work from second to last stitch. Pick up front loops to correspondingly make 10 single crochets. After completion, find the left side slip stitch. Pick up the V-shaped loop above and slip stitch. That is, these 2 strands of yarn. Pull tight. Then chain 13. Return and work from second to last stitch. Pick up front loops to correspondingly make single crochets. After completion, slip stitch in the braid below at the same slip stitch. Slip stitch once more in the left side chain space. This is at the ending position. Insert into the chain space formed below the connected single crochet. Slip stitch to finish. Then chain 11. Return and work from second to last stitch to correspondingly make single crochets. After completion, slip stitch in the same chain space. Cut the yarn. Row 1 is complete. Continue to crochet row 2. Join yarn at the right side joining position of row 1. Chain 1 to begin. Insert into the placement for the first single crochet. Correspondingly make 1 single crochet. Which means pick up the other 2 strands of the chain. Continue inserting into such placement positions. Correspondingly make 1/2 double crochet. 6 double crochets. Two half double crochets. Pointed shape position. Pick up the 2 strands of the chain. Make 2 single crochets. This is the stitch of the first single crochet. Insert into the 2 strands of this chain on the right side. Move on to ch1 picket. First chain 1. Pick up the front loop of the next stitch and the left strand. Work 1 slip stitch. Gently tighten. The Ch1 picket is completed. Abbreviated as picket later. Same insertion point below. Make 1 single crochet. Then pick up stitches to crochet symmetrical stitches to the right side. Once completed, we consider this section as one leaf. Continue with the middle leaf. On the middle chain, insert into the single crochet placement to work corresponding stitches. At the tip, pick up 2 strands to make 2 single crochets. One picket. First work 1 chain. Pick up the front loop of the stitch below and the left strand. Work 1 slip stitch. Gently tighten. 1 picket completed. Work another single crochet in the same insertion point below. Pick up stitches on the left side to work symmetrical stitches to the right side. After completing, at this last chain position, crochet the leaf according to the starting method here. After completing, slip stitch into the hole below. Cut the yarn. Hide the yarn tail along the texture. This way 1 large leaf is completed. For the remaining large leaves, follow the same method. At such corner positions, pick up chain spaces and the braid formed by the slip stitch to work accordingly. Pay attention to alternating between the 2 color schemes. Everyone complete it. This concludes the explanation for the large leaves.